Hello and welcome. Namaste from New Delhi. You're watching DD India. I'm Gautam Roy. This is Express News, the show where we get you the day's top 100 developments in under 30 minutes. Here goes. President Draupadi Murmu on Monday visited the Memorial Antonio Agostinho Neto in Luanda, Angola, and laid a wreath at the memorial of Agostinho Neto, the first Angolan president who led this liberation movement. India's Social Justice and Empowerment Minister Dr. Virendra Kumar met Bhutanese Prime Minister Sherin Tobgay on Monday. Both the leaders discussed matters related to social empowerment and further strengthening of bilateral relations between India and Bhutan. Dr. Virendra Kumar also met Bhutan's Home Minister Tshering in Thimphu. Both the leaders discussed important matters related to social welfare, including initiatives for the elderly and specially abled individuals. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be visiting Bhutan on the 11th and 12th of this month. The visit builds upon India's Neighbourhood First policy. It will highlight the development partnership between India and Bhutan. India's Minister of Cooperation Amit Shah inaugurated the Co-op Kumbh 2025, an international conference on urban cooperative credit sector in New Delhi on Monday. Under the theme, Digitalizing Dreams, Empowering Communities, the conference aims to empower communities and strengthen the cooperative foundation of financial inclusion in the country. India's Minister for Finance and Corporate Affairs, Nirmala Sitharaman, chaired the second pre-budget consultation meeting with representatives from farmer associations and agriculture economists ahead of the forthcoming General Budget 26-27 in New Delhi on Monday. India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh inaugurated the Defence PSU Bhavan, a state-of-the-art central facility at the World Trade Center in New Delhi on Monday. The minister also reviewed the performance of defence public sector undertaking. The 11th edition of the joint military exercise between India and Sri Lanka, Mitra Shakti 2025, begins on Monday at the Foreign Training Node in Belagavi. The 14-day exercise aims to enhance joint operations in urban and semi-urban terrain, fostering defence cooperation, mutual trust and regional peace. As part of the Tri-Services exercise Trishul, the Indian Army conducted exercise Brahmashira in the Run and Creek sector, bringing together the three services, the Indian Coast Guard and BSF, in seamless coordination with civil administration to validate integrated capabilities across land, sea and air. The Tri-Service Exercise 2025 was held from the 3rd to the 7th of this month, involving multi-domain operations by the Indian Navy, Air Force and the Indian Army with indigenous weapon systems of all services. India's Minister of Culture and Tourism Gajendra Singh Shekhawat attended the Indian Cultural Night at Suwaidi Park in Saudi Arabia's capital, Riyadh. Held under the Global Harmony Project, the event showcased India's rich music, dance, crafts and cuisine. India on Monday marked the second foundation day of the Biotechnology Research and Innovation Council BRIC. Addressing the gathering, Minister of State for Science and Technology Dr. Jitendra Singh said that India has recognized the Bio-E3 policy. At the 18th Urban Mobility India Conference in Gurugram, Union Housing and Urban Affairs Minister Manohar Lal Khattar launched the logo and website of PM E-Bus Seva scheme, aiming to deploy 10,000 e-buses under the PPP model. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla addressed the inaugural session of the 22nd Annual Commonwealth Parliamentary Association India Region Zone 3 Conference in the Nagaland Legislative Assembly. The Speaker highlighted that northeastern states have made unprecedented progress in directions ranging from infrastructure to connectivity. India's Environment Minister Bhupendra Yadav is representing the nation at the COP30 in Brazil's Belém. India will highlight its clean energy progress, having reached its 50% non-fossil power target ahead of schedule, while pushing for practical adaptation indicators. India and Saudi Arabia signed the bilateral Hajj agreement for Hajj 2026 in Jeddah after a meeting between Minority Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju and Saudi's Minister of Hajj, Tawfiq bin Fawzan Al Rabaya. Both the ministers reviewed the ongoing Hajj preparations and discussed measures to enhance coordination and logistical support. As the second and final phase of Bihar Assembly elections commences on Tuesday, borders with Nepal, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal and Jharkhand have been sealed with patrolling underway. A state-of-the-art control and command center in Bihar's capital city Patna has been set up to oversee operations. A direct flight from New Delhi to Shanghai landed early on Monday as India and China resumed commercial flights, marking the resumption of the flight services between the two nations after a gap of over 5 years. In a major breakthrough under anti-terror operation, Jammu and Kashmir Police and Haryana Police recovered 360 kilos of inflammable material and weapons from the home of a doctor in Haryana's Faridabad on Monday. According to officials, the recovery was made during a raid at Al-Falah Hospital in Faridabad based on information provided by Dr. Adil Ahmed Radar during interrogation. Indian equity indices opened on a strong note on Monday with Nifty above 25,550 and Nifty was up 82 points at 25,574.30 at close. And similarly, at close, BSE Sensex was up 319.07 points or 83,535.35. The Indian rupee ended flat on Monday at 88.69 rupees per US dollar. Gold was priced at 1,23,300 per 10 grams. Silver futures for the 5th of December maturity stood at 152,322 rupees per kg on the MCX. Brent crude oil futures rose to $64.22 per barrel on Monday. According to a Centrum Research report, the Indian IT sector is expected to see stronger growth in the second half of the current financial year, driven by AI-led projects, improved client engagement and rising discretionary spending. China will suspend port fees on US-linked vessels for 1 year starting Monday. The move follows the Trump administration's plans for a 1-year pause on US port fees for China-linked vessels and comes amid ongoing negotiations between the two countries to ease trade tensions over shipbuilding and ocean logistics. Key suppliers of Samsung Electronics are rapidly moving to tailor taxes in the US as the South Korean company's new semiconductor foundry prepares to launch next year. Global stocks surged on Monday amid optimism that the 40-day US government shutdown may be ending, lifting investor confidence worldwide. The British Broadcasting Corporation's Director General Tim Davie and Chief Executive News Deborah Turness have resigned following criticism for editing a speech by US President Donald Trump. The White House had recently denounced the broadcaster as a propaganda machine after its flagship Panorama program was found to have edited two parts of Trump's speech together as he appeared to encourage the Capitol Hill rioters. Trump welcomed the departures and thanked the Daily Telegraph for exposing these corrupt journalists. Trump criticized the two as very dishonest people. Tim Davie defended the organization, saying its journalism was seen as the gold standard around the world, but he said mistakes had been made and he had to take ultimate responsibility. The US Senate advanced the funding bill after weeks of gridlock between the Democrats and the Republicans aimed at reopening the federal government and ending the 40-day shutdown. The senators advanced a House-passed bill that will be amended to fund the government till the 30th of January and include a package of 3 full-year appropriations bills. The federal government shutdown has led to shortages of air traffic controllers who, like other federal employees, have not been paid for weeks, leading to cancellation of more than 2,800 US flights and delaying more than 10,200 on Sunday. Syria's President Ahmed al-Shara is to meet US President Donald Trump at the White House on Monday for unprecedented talks just days after Washington removed him from a terrorism blacklist. Donald Trump on Sunday said John Cole, who helped negotiate the release of prisoners from Belarus, was his choice for special envoy to Minsk. In a social media post, the US President said Cole has already negotiated the release of 100 detainees and is going for another 50. The body of deceased Israeli hostage said to be of Israeli Army officer Hadar Goldin arrived at Israel's Forensic Institute on Sunday. The United Nations 30th Conference of Parties, the COP30, has begun in Belém, Brazil on Monday. It marks a decade since the Paris Climate Pact came into force. The United Nations says millions of refugees are stuck in a vicious cycle of conflict and climate extremes. The UN is urging the COP30 Climate Summit to provide financing of the most vulnerable communities. The COP30 venue is facing dire shortage of hotel rooms. Many pavilions are still under construction as of Sunday. Iran is facing a major water crisis. President Masoud Pezeshkian has warned that if it does not rain before the end of the year, the capital, Tehran, may even need to be evacuated. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum on Sunday unveiled plans to fight organized crime and improve security in Michoacan after the public assassination of a local mayor. The Michoacan Plan for Peace and Justice involves more than 10,500 members of Mexico's Army, Air Force and National Guard. South Korea's Foreign Minister Cho Hyun met with the Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet on Monday. South Korean FM is on a 3-day official visit to Cambodia to strengthen bilateral ties and discuss measures to tackle the growing issue of online scams affecting citizens of both the countries. South Korea's Coast Guard on Monday launched a search and rescue operation after 9 crew members were missing when a Chinese fishing vessel capsized off the country's west coast. 2 of the 11 crew members have been rescued. Indonesia has officially awarded the National Hero title on Monday to late President Suharto, who was forced out of office in 1998 after violent protests ended his 3-decade rule. Bolivia's newly appointed president, Rodrigo Paz Pereira, formally has sworn in his cabinet on Sunday with a pledge to prioritize meritocracy and institutionalized reform. The administration faces political challenges amid Bolivia's worst economic crisis in 4 decades. 4 mortal remains have been recovered near the southern Thai province of Satun on Sunday, taking the death toll up to 11 from a migrant boat carrying Rohingyas, which sank near the Thailand-Malaysian border of Langkawi. Every year, the 10th of November is celebrated as World Science Day for Peace and Development. This year's theme is Trust, Transformation and Tomorrow, the Science We Need for 2050, and emphasizes the importance of building trust in science, embracing innovation, and preparing humanity for challenges ahead. And we're taking a quick break in Express News for the moment. Keep watching DD News for DD India, I beg your pardon, for the rest.
Geopolitics and trade deals. Economic challenges amid development. Hard work and the path to prosperity. It's the economy, always. Between walkers, money is what money does and says. Supply creates its own demand. Between the bulls pulls and bears tears. When supply chains globalization and India rises to the podium. We'll get you centered with the Economic Brief at 8 p.m. every Thursday on DD India.
Welcome back. You're watching Express News. Let's carry on. Now, a powerful tornado struck Rio Bonito de Iguacu in Brazil, killing 6 people and destroying over 90% of the town's buildings. Rescue teams and local authorities are working to assess the damage and support affected residents. Winds reaching 250 km per hour left more than 1,000 people homeless. Emergency shelters have been set up and authorities are providing financial aid to help residents and businesses recover. Super Typhoon Fungwong made landfall in the Philippines, killing 4 people and forcing over 1 million people to evacuate as one of the nation's most powerful storms this year. Buildings in a school compound in Aurora province were damaged as Typhoon Fungbong hit northern Philippines overnight. Toronto in Canada received its first snowfall of the season on Sunday, covering the city's landmarks in white. Residents and tourists enjoy the wintry scenery amid warnings of slick roads and transit delays. 3 people died and 15 were injured as rough seas battered the Spanish holiday island of Tenerife. Emergency services airlifted and treated victims at multiple beaches. The Canary Islands' emergency services have issued alerts for coastal hazards following the incidents. Authorities warned residents and tourists to avoid the beaches. The Indian Met Department has forecast cold wave to severe cold wave conditions in isolated pockets of West Madhya Pradesh from the 10th of November, which is Monday, to the 12th. Cold wave conditions are also expected in parts of northern India. Isolated locations in Kerala recorded rainfall of 7 to 11 centimeters. Isolated heavy rainfall is also expected over other South Indian regions. Pleasant weather in Himachal Pradesh is drawing more tourists to Shimla, where visitors are enjoying the calm environs, scenic hill views and the city's colonial heritage. The Tiematsu Akashi festival in Japan's Sukagawa city lit the night sky with 22 torches. Held for over 430 years to honor those who died defending Sukagawa Castle, the event dazzled spectators as sparks flew and the torches illuminated the park. Exhibitors at the ongoing 8th China International Import Expo in Shanghai showcased futuristic technologies which immerse visitors in scenes of intelligent and automated living. The event highlights innovations such as AI-powered roller shoes, eVTOL aircraft and self-driving vehicles. The expo also features wellness technology like a deep sleep cabin that uses charged particle waves to guide brain waves for a quick and restorative rest. Groundbreaking ceremonies held simultaneously across Vietnam's border marked the start of several new schools, bringing joy to teachers, parents and students. The new facilities aim to provide children in remote areas with safer and more stable learning environments close at home. With libraries, canteens and sports areas meeting national standards, the schools will help reduce dropout rates and long commutes for students. Tu Van village near Hanoi preserves nearly 80 years of national flag making, with locals handcrafting red flags with yellow stars, symbolizing Vietnam's independence and unity. Artisans say the craft connects generations while foreigners admire the country's patriotism. Western Australia's dairy sector is shrinking fast, with fewer than 100 farms now supplying fresh milk. Tight labour and profit pressures are driving family farms to adopt robotics to stay viable. Experts say automation may be the key to sustaining local milk production in Western Australia in the long run. Farmers say pairing renewable energy with automation is helping them cut costs and stay competitive. Hundreds of dogs in Australia are being left in shelters, with rescue organizations warning that more funding is needed to help abandoned pets find permanent homes. Rescuers also say education about dog behavior, especially for breeds like Rottweilers, is key to successful rehoming. Despite staff cuts and limited government support, shelters continue to care for and rehome hundreds of dogs each year. The Argentine city of Tandil set a new record for the longest salami, measuring 487.22 meters at the Chasina festival. The previous record of 401.73 meters was surpassed, drawing thousands of spectators. The massive salami was made using around 1,500 kilograms of fresh meat, following the traditional Salame de Tandil recipe. Organizers said the event celebrated family tradition and the city's status as the national capital of salami production. An 11-month-old baby girl from Montenegro recovered after a life-saving liver transplant in Turkey. Diagnosed with hepatoblastoma shortly after birth, she received a portion of her father's liver when no other treatment options were available or viable, restoring her health. To mark the International Day of Persons with Disabilities, eligible individuals and their carers in Hong Kong were able to ride public transport for free on Monday, including MTR, buses, trams and ferries, encouraging wider participation and social inclusion. Many residents took part in the special scheme, with their parents bringing children in wheelchairs to enjoy trips together. Social workers and organizations hope the initiative can be extended beyond Monday to help disabled residents travel more frequently. News from the entertainment world now. In Bollywood film, Haq has crossed 10 crore Indian rupees in its opening weekend. The film is a courtroom drama and is based on Shah Bano Begum case. Filmmaker Karan Johar expressed delight over the New York screening of India's Oscar entry Homebound, hosted by legendary director Martin Scorsese. Johar shared an appreciation note for Scorsese on Instagram, with the film's lead cast and director Neeraj Ghaiwan also in attendance. Jitendra Kumar teams up with the National Award-winning Pooja Bhatt in an untitled heartfelt story centered on India's traditional pigeon flying. The film is written and directed by Filmfare nominee Bilal Hassan. Filming begins next year. National Award-winning filmmaker Nitin Chandra's Bhojpuri film Chhat has been selected for the Indian Panorama section of the 56th International Film Festival of India in Goa. The film pays tribute to Bihar's cultural richness, showcasing the devotion and faith surrounding the sacred Chhat festival. Rajkumar Periyasambi's Tamil war drama Amaran, starring Sivakarthikeyan, has been selected as the opening film of the Indian Panorama section at the 56th International Film Festival of India, marking the start of this year's showcase of India's finest cinema. Fashion designer Manish Malhotra is stepping into film production with Gustakh Ishq, and the trailer has just been released. Directed by Vibhu Puri, the film stars Nasiruddin Shah, Vijay Varma, Fatima Sana Sheikh and Sharib Hashmi. Rock band Bad Company, along with artists including Chubby Checkers, Cyndi Lauper, Joe Cocker, Outkast, Salt and Pepper, Soundgarden, The White Stripes and Warren Zevon, have been officially inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The induction ceremony took place in downtown Los Angeles. The event highlighted artists' careers spanning decades, from the 1960s dance hits to 1990s grunge and 2000s garage rock, with tributes and performances celebrating their influence. Global music star Akon performed in India's capital on Sunday night, captivating fans with a high-energy performance. The Grammy-nominated singer performed hits spanning the 2000s and the 2010s, keeping the crowd dancing and singing along. The Mundo Pixar Experience, a multi-sensory exhibition of Pixar's iconic films, opens at Wembley Park, London on the 13th of February next year, following successful runs in Brazil, Mexico, Belgium and Spain, attracting over 3.2 million visitors and ahead of Pixar's upcoming releases. Sports star Anish Bhandwala has scripted history as he became the first Indian to clinch a silver medal in the 25-meter rapid-fire pistol event at the ISSF World Championships in Cairo. India's Pramod Bhagat secured 3 gold medals in singles, doubles and mixed doubles events at the Japan Para-Badminton International Tournament. India's Grandmaster Vidit Gujarati has been knocked out of the ongoing FIDE World Cup in Goa. Batter Akash Kumar Chaudhary has become the first player to smash 8 successive 6 in India's first-class cricket and also raced to the fastest half-century just off 11 balls. The 4th T20 International between New Zealand and West Indies was abandoned due to rain in Dublin on Monday. Jyoti Singh will lead the 20-member Indian hockey team at the Women's Junior World Cup in Chile later this month. Indian shuttler Lakshish Sen will look to rediscover his touch as he begins his campaign at the Japan Super Badminton Tournament. Meanwhile, Yashasvi Pranoy, one of India's most consistent performers in recent years, will look to regain his form as he returns from injury. Carlos Alcaraz made a winning start at the ATP Finals with a 7-6, 6-2 win over Alex de Minaur in Turin. Alcaraz won his opening match at the Finals for the first time. Former champion Alexander Zverev got underway with a straight sets win over Ben Shelton at the ATP Finals. NBA great Lenny Wilkins, one of the few inductees into the Hall of Fame, both as player and coach, passed away at the age of 88 years. McLaren's Lando Norris won the Sao Paulo Grand Prix to stretch his Formula One lead to 24 points after teammate and title rival Oscar Piastri picked up a penalty for causing a collision and finished fifth. Robert Lewandowski hit a hat-trick to help Barcelona beat Celta Vigo 4-2 in the La Liga and cut Real Madrid's lead down to 3 points. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola had the last laugh as the citizens outlast Liverpool 3-0 in the Premier League. And striker Randall Mowney has withdrawn from the France squad for this month's World Cup qualifiers after suffering a jaw injury. And that's it for the moment in Express News. For all the latest, keep watching DD India.